Hello everyone, very good evening all of you. Please let me know if I am audible and visible to you. Very good evening. Hello Purvan, hello Adonia, Gyani, Nikhil. Okay, so here we are to discuss some general guidelines because board exams are approaching. I know you must be feeling overwhelmed. There is too much pressure on you for exams, because these are board exams. But let me tell you that success is not about perfection. Success is about persistence, your efforts, and believing in yourself. So here we are to share with you some general guidelines, but before that, let me tell you that if you put all your efforts, all your energy in preparing for board exams, definitely you can come out with flying colors of success. Why? Because you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So here we are to discuss some general guidelines with you, how to plan, how to revise all of that content because there are so many subjects. I know very well, so let's discuss with some key points of the session what all things we are going to cover. The very first thing we are going to discuss about is preparation for CBSE boards. How you have to start, how you have to streamline your focus towards your board exams, okay? And then we'll discuss about your schedule planning. What should be your schedule like? Yeah, and then revision strategy, and finally how to attempt the paper. And I'm sure you all are ready to understand the strategy to get the best in these board exams. Please let me know by raising your thumbs up if you all are ready, if you have pen on paper ready, so that you can jot down important details which might help you in planning and chalking out the strategy to be the best in your board exams. Thank you very much. Thank you. So let's start with the importance of exams. Why there's a lot of talk about board exams, because these exams do matter. These are the stepping stones to your higher academic, especially 10th board. It's a stepping stone for your future academic decision because you're going to plan which field you have to make your career in, and that will solely depend on your performance in class 10th board exams, so that's why it's really important. And once you pass these exams, a sort of discipline naturally comes in you, and you get the opportunity to showcase your knowledge and how you can hard work in these difficult times, and you can prove your mettle. So board exams are a kind of challenge, but I'm sure with the right strategy, right proportion of hard work and persistence, you can achieve this milestone. Mark my words, okay? So dream big, of course. Please do not think that you just have to pass the exams. Dream big. Think what grades you want, what is your target in your board exams, okay? And then you plan. I'm not telling you to be visionary, I'm not telling you to be, idealistic very much, because you have to be practical in planning for board exams. So please make realistic timetable, which is achievable, okay? That also I will share with you how to make a realistic timetable. Yeah, but you have to think about it. And then avoid rote learning. Many of the students keep on cramming the answer over and over again. But CBSE has become really smart, and they ask you questions which are comprehensive. They want to check whether you have understood the chapter, you have understood the subtopic or not. And that's why they ask you some comprehensive questions. So it is very, very important to avoid rote learning. Focus on the concepts, learn them, practice them, and you can achieve it, okay? Sample paper solution is very, very important. Solving them gives you a clear, precise idea what kind of paper will be like. The final exams pattern will be revealed to you if you are solving at least 2 sample papers before the exam, okay? So it is very important, crucial, before appearing in the board exams, that you must practice at least 2 sample papers, and please stay positive while solving them. Do not get disappointed if you do not get any questions in those sample papers. Yeah. Now, let's have a look. How much duration do we have? Are you all aware that we have just 58 days to go from now onwards Today is 19th December and the exam starts from 15th February onwards. Yeah, and you have to be highly focused, be practical, meticulously you plan everything. How? Let me tell you. So you have these exam dates and these subjects. I'm sure you have a study table, a study area in your house. There must be a room which is allocated to you. What you can do is you take the printout of your schedule, please paste it on the wall. So you have a clear idea when is your exam. I'm telling you this is a very small thing yet very, very important. So please do this first thing. Okay? Draw the schedule or take a printout, paste it on the wall. The first step that you have to follow. If you're following me, definitely you will get clear idea how to achieve better marks in your board exams, even full on full also. Okay, yeah. So general tips for all subjects. What are the general tips that you have to make sure that you're following? 5 to 6 hours daily. This is high time now that you please stay focused and keep those 5 to 6 hours aside for your studies. That's very important. 5 to 6 hours is very important. Please do not say no to this. Until and unless you achieve this target, it will be very difficult for you to perform better in your board exams. So it is, again, divide subjects into slots. Yes, I know there are students who think that my maths is very strong, but they think that my social science is very weak. And some people think that my social science is very strong and my English is very strong, but my science and maths is not that strong. Okay, so you have to decide which subject you are strong at. Okay, so you can decide how much time should be given to that subject which is already strong and how much time should be allocated to that which one is a little difficult for you. Yeah, so that you have to play smart and focus on the difficult topics first. Many of the students think that if I cover easy topics, then I'll be able to pass at least 60 to 70% scores I can get. But please, if you want to be the best, you must focus on the difficult topics first. And do not just read and read and read. Practice. Write the answers in your answer sheet. Yeah, and sleep well, eat nutritious food so that you are away from lethargy. You are away from any kind of laziness, any kind of sleepiness, because you can't afford to be sleepy at this time. You don't have much time, okay? An hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing, and if you plan this study, this preparation, you can achieve success for sure. So, what is to be done for that? Let me tell you. If you are planning all the subjects, then syllabus and weightage of topics is very, very important. You must be highly aware how much weightage of every topic is there. We have got something for you here. This is the authentic source. You can see, you can take a picture also, you can take a screenshot of this particular website, cbseacademic.nic.in. Now this is the authentic website from where you have to draw information whatever you want. Please do not just Google, because Google takes you to different paths. Okay, and some of the websites do not give you authentic information. And you can't lose this important information, yeah? So for that, you have to be on this website, whatever you want, okay? Now, after this, when you just click on this particular website, you find this particular thing. Can you see here? This is highlighted also. This is your curriculum. Because some or the other changes, even if there is a minor change in your curriculum, you have a right to be aware. Okay, and CBSE has provided you this in the form of curriculum. Yeah, you will get the recording for sure of this lecture. Don't worry, Ranjan. So what I was saying is you get this curriculum and sample question paper also here. Can you all see? I have pointed here sample question paper and curriculum. Please download from this website only. If you have any doubts, you can take a screenshot of this. Now, after that, you have the curriculum for the academic year 2024 and 25, again from CBSE website. So here you get all the information, yeah? So the purpose of sharing this with you is you reach the right place for getting information. Okay? Then let's move on to subject-wise planning. Let's take science first, because there are 3 parts: physics, chemistry and biology. There are 3 parts in science. It's going to be very lengthy, I know that. Shrey has written something here. Can you show how we can plan our schedules before? This is a part I like the most. Yes, Shrey, I am going to share those slides also. But let's discuss what are the topics that have the most weightage. You should also be aware. If you have that allocated place for your studies, you please take the printout of these topics and the weightage, so that you have clear idea which topics are the most important. Okay, so that you can shift your focus towards that. This is smart planning. If you target higher marks, definitely you will achieve somewhere where you have already targeted or thought of. Okay, so you can see that chemical substances, world of living, natural phenomena, these are all topics which are covered in your science, and the weightage is also given. Total marks will be 80. Everybody is aware of that. Talking about science only, it is very, very important to be aware of the instructions which are provided here. Can you all see? There are general instructions which are given in the form of points 1 to 6. So please do not forget to read. Many students in a hurry start solving the paper without reading the instructions, and that is a blunder that they commit. So it's very, very important. No problem, you can, when I'll share the session with you, when the recording will be available, you can pause here and you can take a screenshot. Even if you don't find it, you can go to CBSE website, everything is available there. I have shared the website with you, okay? Yes, Varun, I can share the previous slide also, but please don't tell me to move to and fro, otherwise the session will be very late. Yeah, so we have to finish everything in time. Yeah, because you have to attend the classes also. I know you have classes lined up. So what you have to do is you have to read the general instructions given on the first page of your question paper. Okay, so these are the instructions, and then let's talk about how you have to prepare science. Everybody says, your teachers must have told you 1,000 times that use diagrams. Practice diagrams. You must have a rough notebook when you're preparing for science, and you have to practice the diagrams literally using your hand, okay? Literally using your pencil, how you're going to draw in your answer sheet. Please do not just look at the diagram. That is not for looking and admiring. That is to be drawn and practiced, and you must know which word comes where, because you have to label the diagram. Without labeling, diagram will not be considered. It will be given 0 marks. Cut, absolutely cut, even if you are the great artist in the world. But still, without labeling, your diagram will be just cancelled out. Okay? And then, first of all, the target should be NCERT book. You must be aware of every line, the important points in your NCERT book. NCERT book must be just like a Bible in your hand these days, okay? So solve every question, example and diagram from your NCERT, because out of NCERT they are not going to ask you anything. Trust me. Which diagrams need to learn for drawing because I am not good in art? Then you need to practice part. If you yourself know that you are not good at drawing, practice is the key, my child. Practice is the key. Please practice 2 to 3 times, especially the diagram which tend to come frequently in the exam paper. Okay? Now, then of course notes. Highlight the key points from every chapter. You should have a notebook in which there is every topic with key points for the 11th hour revision. Okay? So that you can just clearly and quickly read out what is there in that topic. That is your job to do. Every topic must have key points. Your teachers in the class must have helped you. Yeah? So you can use those key terms and formulas and practice numericals, because physics, you know that even chemistry has numericals. So you must solve at least 5 to 10 numericals every day religiously. Religiously. Okay? And then use real life examples, because CBSE, as I told you, wants you to comprehend the question, connect with your real life. Okay, this is how these questions are asked these days. So when you're reading some topic, try to connect with photosynthesis or electricity. For example, photosynthesis and electricity. Your teachers must have guided you how this particular topic is connected with our real life. I'm sure about that. Okay, they mustn't have left any stone unturned in making you understand these important topics. That I'm sure of. If you just revise everything, you will be aware. Now, let's talk about maths. As we all know that there are two types of maths in CBSE, basic and standard. I know majority of you must have chosen standard maths, but there must be students who have gone for basic maths also. Okay, so there are different patterns. Your teachers must have told you what all practice you have to do if you have chosen standard maths. Okay, other than NCERT, a little bit higher level of maths is also required in standard. Okay, it's okay, Pramod, if you were not given any choice, at least you must be aware what type of question paper you are going to face, Pramod. Please do not be surprised in the exam. Okay, you must be aware what types of questions are going to be asked in your question paper, Pramod. Yeah, if it is standard, very well. You should solve the sample paper of standard. Still you have time, I'm telling you. Still you have time, because most of the students think that for standard maths, we don't have to study higher concepts. This is a misunderstanding. You will have to practice some higher level of questions for standard maths. Now, these are the important topics with their weightage given on the right. Every topic, every subtopic must be lined up on your study table or on the wall above that. Okay, that's really one of the tricks that you should follow. And then when you get the sample question paper, again general instructions, because you can see that all the sections are given separately in your general instructions. How many questions are there in each section, what type of questions are there in particular section, what are the marks allocated to that particular section, and then assertion reason based questions are also there. So which section has that you must be aware of. Yeah, so whenever you plan a journey, you chalk out everything, you prepare an itinerary, don't we? Similarly, this is the itinerary that you have, and we are telling you to prepare an itinerary and then you go for the journey of board exams. Okay, this is going to really help you. If we talk about standard, again there will be some different instructions and different important topics for the same. Now, how to conquer maths with confidence? Again, I repeat that practice is the key. Unless you take the pen and solve the questions, you're not going to get confidence. Okay, it's crucial to hold the pen and start solving from now itself. Please do not think much. Just pick up the notebook, take the pen and start solving the paper, sample paper. Practice as much as possible. Solve at least 10 problems from each chapter. If you're studying maths, let's say for example 6 to 7 o'clock you're studying maths, you should solve at least 10 problems from every chapter. You can choose previous year papers also, Ahan, or sample paper. One previous year paper and one sample paper. These two papers you can try. Okay, Ahan. Miva, how to avoid calculation errors? For that, you have to be highly present-minded. Have you heard about that saying, the power of now? The power of now. When you are solving the paper, you should be conscious what you are writing. Okay, you must have last 10 minutes to review again so that silly mistakes are eradicated. That's very important. Okay, yes Shrey, keep practicing. Now, what is more important is you are keeping the conditions. There should always be a condition, exam condition. What exam condition I'm talking about? I'm talking about the time, the clock, the timer. It's very important, I'm telling you, and you will be thanking me later if you are successful in keeping the time limit and completing the paper within that particular duration. If you achieve this skill, you will be lifetime thanking me, because this is very crucial for us. for our success, okay? Even today, we also, as teachers also, we plan everything according to the time limit. So if you are able to do that, you are going to be successful, there's no doubt about it, okay? Exactly. I know Prakrita. So it is a kind of battle to solve a sample paper of maths also, and even the question paper. But once you practice it, gain some confidence, and then it will not be a war. And if it is a war, you are going to definitely win, that I am sure of. Okay? Now, let's talk about English. Again, coming back to English, two parts. Just like maths has two types, standard and basic. English, you have communicative and language and literature. Some of the schools have chosen communicative English, but some of the schools have chosen language and literature course. That is course A or B. You have to find out which course you are following, right? Even I have seen students who are unaware which course it is. Please do not do this mistake. You must be aware which is communicative English, which is language and literature book. There are two books, Footprints Without Feet and First Flight. That is course B, language and literature. Okay, so let's talk about communicative English first. This is a weightage. And reading skills cover 22 marks, writing skills 22 marks, grammar 10, and literature textbook 26. Moving on to the next type of English paper. Before that, there are instructions based on communicative, as I have told you about other subjects. Similarly, you have the same for English. Yeah, so primarily making a list of all the topics again. Now look at this everybody. I'm sorry, English language. Yeah, here it is. English language and literature, class 10th, 2024 and 25. So you must be aware of this because most of the schools have taken up this particular course, that is course B. This is course B, okay? You have Footprints Without Feet and First Flight. Hardik, is it clear, beta? Hardik? So, course B is language and literature, in which you have Footprints Without Feet and First Flight. 20 marks for reading skills, 20 marks for writing skills and grammar, and literature books cover 40 marks. Literature books cover 40 marks. Yeah, so this is language and literature. Again, instructions vary because there are going to be 3 sections: reading, grammar and creative writing, and literature textbook. Then, how to cover up English in such a way that you get really good marks, like around 75, or even students get 80 on 80 also. We have seen that in our life. Full marks are also received these days if you avoid silly mistakes of grammar and spellings, you know. So, should I tell you something about English? If you, I hope I am clear with everything. If you have any doubts in the last 10 minutes, I can take up your queries also. There is no problem at all. You just let me know if everything is going smoothly and you are able to catch up what I am sharing with you. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is English, and grammar, you have specific topics. You should practice those exercises, especially based on tenses, modals, reported speech. Please listen to me carefully. Direct, indirect speech, you must be highly aware of, okay? And then articles. So there are some questions. Don't worry, Purvan. If you practice, you can get those silly mistakes avoided in your final exam. So don't worry about that. I'm telling you to focus on these topics. If you're still unaware of grammar topics, you must be aware now that tenses, modals, direct, indirect speech and articles if you have course B. If you have course A, then almost all the pillars of grammar you should exercise or you should practice, okay? So then literature, of course, many people tell you that you should write answers in points, but for English, that doesn't apply. Listen to me carefully. I repeat that for English, writing in points is not accepted. You have to write your answer in paragraph only. Yeah. Yes, Ranjan. Can I finish this, Ranjan, and then we can discuss your queries, because these are the things which everybody should know, Ranjan. If you kindly allow me to finish what I have to say first, and then definitely I can take up your queries also at the end of the session. So what I was saying is that you must, what I was saying, see, I forgot. Yeah, you have to write in paragraphs, not points. This is very, very important. Pay attention to what I am saying. Not points, only paragraphs in English. and highlight important lines or important words that you have used in your answer. Follow the format of letters, analytical paragraph also. If you have course B, then these two topics in writing section come, letters and analytical paragraph. You must be aware of the syllabus at least. I don't have to get into the detail of this right now. And don't worry, there will be subject specific sessions also. Just like some student had asked me, can you suggest some good question bank for this subject? There will be separate subject-wise sessions also, let me tell you. There will be maths, there will be English, science. You must be receiving some messages and links for the same. So please attend those sessions, you will get a lot of insight. Okay? So vocabulary, use new words daily in sentences. Now, Hindi is equally important. How many of you have got Hindi as a main paper in your board exams? Hindi also is in two parts, A and B. Everybody, see, everybody has. Some people have Sanskrit also. Wow. Okay, regional language Kannada. Okay, that's great. Good to hear that. Even Marathi. Okay, but most of you, majority has Hindi. Yeah, so Hindi again, you should decide which is your type of Hindi, A or B, and then covering the main topics, to looking at the weightage of those topics, going through the instructions, and then plan solving the sample paper of the same. Okay, so this is for the different course, that is B course. Here it is given. You can take a screenshot if you don't have these details, but don't worry, CBSE website has all of this. Okay, now moving on to how to excel in Hindi. I don't know about regional languages, your Marathi and Kannada, I can't say anything about that. But yeah, I can tell you that you should practice unseen passages, because in Hindi also that is asked. And you have to focus on samas, alankar, sandhi, vyakaran, grammar in English. Write answers with quotes from poems or stories. Practice nibandh, patra and atmakatha. Avoid careless spelling mistakes, because these days you are so much into English language that you don't know many words that you can just make mistakes in them, because we are not practicing Hindi much. I know that. This fact is not hidden from me. But still, if you practice, this can also be taken charge of. Okay, you can get good marks in Hindi also. Now, social science. You can see there will be 4 books: history, geography, political science and economics. Every book has equal weightage, okay, 20, 20, 20 each, okay, and there is internal assessment which your school must have sent. Okay, Vishwa, okay, Saranya, muhavre, for that you will have to apply some strategy to learn muhavre. You can make a list of those important idioms and then you can revise 2-3 times. Okay, Hardik. Now, social science, you must again have all the general instructions in front of you when you're preparing for your social science subject. Okay. Now, go through all these sections carefully. From which question to which questions are MCQs, and 1 mark each question, and then you have very short type, long type, and there are case-based questions also. When you're reading the chapter, you should be aware of what type of case-based question can be asked. Yeah, so please discuss with your teacher. You still have time how to attempt case-based questions in social science. Okay, so that discussion will help you a lot. Then mind maps for history, very important because the chapters are very lengthy. Mind maps are going to help you a lot. Definitions and concepts like federalism or democracy, that's in civics. Learn examples for sectors of the economy. Okay, and answer presentation, here comes points, which is absolutely different from English. English you had paragraphs, but in social science you have to present your answers in points, bullet points. Okay. Yeah, Adishri, for social science, you can please discuss with your teacher, your specific subject, specific teacher. There will be sessions also for specific subjects. Don't you worry, baby, because you're going to get everything from Ellen. Just don't you worry. These are some general guidelines that I'm sharing with you, how to plan your preparation for board exams. Okay, even for English also. I'll discuss with you the important things related to the same. Now, what's the revision strategy to score more marks? Are you ready to discuss this 3R rule? What is this 3R rule? you must be aware that I have to follow this strategy. First, I'm going to read a chunk, let's say one answer from social science. First of all, you're going to read, okay, and then you have to revise it 2 to 3 times. The same thing, you have to revise what's important, and then try to recall when you are maybe eating your lunch, or you are going to sleep, or you're doing some activity, you're bathing, okay, then you can recall what you had read. So this is 3R strategy that will be very helpful. And practice last 5 years papers if possible, to understand the pattern at least. Understand the pattern, what kind of pattern the question papers have. And time constraint is equally important, that I have told you. Very importantly, you have to take care of it. And revise familiar content. If you have read something, revision is the key, because there is a natural tendency that when you read, you easily forget that content. I am not blaming you for that. This is very natural. Even it happens with us also, and we have to revise and re-revise some of the content that we have to present. Okay, same thing applies to you, because there is a Pomodoro technique. That is also going to be beneficial. If you want to follow that, you can follow. You study for 20 minutes or 25 minutes and then take 5 minutes break. This is how your concentration and your energy is maintained throughout that particular topic that you're preparing, or the subject that you're preparing. So Pomodoro technique is very, very interesting and can be applied when you are preparing for your board exams. 25 minutes, chunk. You have to be focused on that topic. Take a break of 5 minutes, again, next 25 minutes. This will help you a lot in completing that particular topic, yeah? Somebody was asking me about schedule. This is how your room should look like. This is how your study area should look like. You have all the important instructions, the timetable and everything in front of you. And on the side, you have your diary or your schedule. The page of your diary or the schedule. Can you see like this? Or you can have a board. If you don't have a board, you can paste a sheet, a big chart, and you can plan what all things you have to cover. You can take a screenshot of the same also. This is how, Prakrita, this is how you have to make the schedule. See, time will be totally up to you. What time suits you? Okay? What is your biological clock? What are the study hours that appeal to you very much? Is it morning hours, or evening hours, or noon hours, or late night hours? That's totally up to you, Prakrita. But this is how you should plan the timetable. Very, very important. I like it very much, and that's why we thought of sharing with you. Now, this is another technique. Here you have time slots, and you can just mention what time you have to cover what. This is going to be really helpful if you please plan this out. Okay? Next. List all the tasks you need to complete. First of all, first thing, list to do. List to do. That's very important. Allocate specific time blocks for each task. Stick to the schedule as clearly as possible, and it will provide you a clear structure to your day and help you prioritizing the tasks. Even today, because I have lots of things to do, the first thing that I do is preparing a to-do list, and I'm able to finish almost all the tasks that I plan in my diary or in my to-do list. So if you do that, it's going to be really helpful. You will stay on track, okay? And you will be thanking me later if you are able to follow this, because it gives you results, for sure, definite results, okay? Stay calm, manage your time when you are attempting the exam. Neat presentation, very important. Please do not scribble your answers and words every now and then. Okay, do not commit this mistake. Keep your answers clean, yeah, and start with easy questions, because that will help you building your confidence. Okay, utilize last 10 minutes for review, very, very important. Go through. If you have missed any question, this is the time to cover that up. So last 10 minutes, very crucial to revise everything. Yeah, you can use ballpoint pen or even gel pen, that's up to you. There's no restriction, but yeah, it should be of same color. Same type and same color. Geetika, same type and same color. Yes, it is allowed. Mehul, it is allowed to highlight important words in your answer sheet. Okay, now some more tips. If the location of the exam is far, If you do not know what's the location, then please reach before few days of the exam. My son was also appeared last year in class 10th. I made sure that he reaches at the exam center in time because the area is very crowded on that day, I'm telling you. It's very, you find traffic jam and you can get stuck in traffic signal. So please make sure that you have extra time. Okay, reach the exam hall before time and carry all the documents so that your parents don't have to rush back to home and bring their document back. So avoid this, yeah. Carry paper stationery items, be smart, yeah. So when you follow these tips, nobody is going to stop you from achieving the best in board exams. Good sleep, no panic, stay focused, keep your phone aside, very, very important. No new routine to be experimented. Please follow the stereotype that you have been following and has been successful also in your exams. Okay, no new topics to be tried on the last day, just revise what you have already studied. Just revise what you have studied. Revise and revise. Don't worry, Ellen also will provide you revision classes. Okay, and that time also you can follow up everything that is being shared with you here. Now, every small effort counts. Are you aware of that? Every small effort counts. If you take one topic at a time, you will do it. Okay? Keep moving forward. Thank you very much. Last 2 minutes, I'm taking up your important queries. Can you suggest me a timetable because I do not know the perfect timetable? Rudra, yes. Timetable I shared with you, there was a slide based on that. There are some important points that you can mention. Still, I can discuss with you in detail whenever we meet, okay? Sanskrit is not a part of Alan, but you can discuss with your school teacher if there is any good school teacher of Sanskrit. Please be in touch with that teacher. That person will help you in, revising important stuff. Most of my English exams, I don't read the comprehension but go straight. That's a good strategy. You should directly go to the questions instead of reading it first because you have to go for specific details, okay? So anyways, you have to read for the gist. So even if you're picking up the questions first, that's a fine idea. There's no problem in that. Okay, so subject-wise queries, most of the queries are related to subject. We are going to conduct subject-wise sessions also. Please keep your queries for those subject-wise sessions. Yeah, you will have science, social science, English, maths. So these specific subject sessions will also be there. Keep your queries up to date so that you can ask that particular teacher who will be there in your class. Yeah, okay then, I hope I was very clear and I helped you in planning the preparation of board exams. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.